I want to ask about this big story that's been going on involving Tekashi and this video interview you did with him. I'm not sure how long ago it was, but it's gone viral today. It's all over the internet, man.
And it was on my podcast, Coca Vision on Tidal. And I was just trying to school him because I've been through that.
But what is Tekashi going through at the moment as a hip-hop artist and a celebrity in jail?
I don't know exactly what he going through. I know what I was going through. I was going through hell on earth, and it was like a serious situation, man, locked up. And, you know, if you're a celebrity, sometimes they lock you up 23 hours a day. So it's basically boil you down to you and your conscience or you and God while you're in the cell for 23 hours a day. So, you know.
And that's just to protect you, right?
Yeah.
Well, we were just talking about it. Like, 6ix9ine is little Max B.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they trying to give him
Just except for Max B didn't have all the social media that 6ix9ine had. You know what I mean?
And look what they did to him.
True, man. Yeah, obviously 6ix9ine, a lot of people were looking at kind of like as the king of New York per se right now. He's hot, one of the hottest kids out of New York. And you successfully came from that world and transitioned into being a superstar. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, you can't say you're the king of New York when Jay-Z's still alive.
The most recent incident happened on his music video set with Kanye West and Nicki Minaj. And now Universal has pulled the plug on their video altogether. Ooh. 6ix9ine is beefing with a lot of niggas, including YG and Slim 400. At this point, are we fearful for his life? Are the labels taking risks when signing artists who troll niggas with guns?
Man, I had the heat on me. I was wilding in the streets. So I try to tell them as a young kid, it's my job. Because none of the OGs, when I came into the rap game, schooled me. They could have stopped me from a lot of trouble. It ain't just Tekashi. It could be Young Boy NBA or whoever. Whenever I catch one of these young boys, I try to school them and let them know. It just so happened that the Tekashi thing was on film.
But I was in there for a short period of time, but then, they release you into the real jungle where the real gangsters is at, you know what I'm saying? And I used to always want to tell that kid, like, you give out a certain type of energy. If you give out that energy actually comes back. And he was kind of on that energy, so I guess this is his path in life that put him in the energy that he was giving out. So, I don't never want to see nobody in that type of situation, but,
Right.
This that gangster shit right here now.
But I felt like, where he at, he remind me of me and Max B on our Coke Wave days.
Yeah. But the thing is, y'all shit wasn't like that, though. Like, I mean, French, y'all used to be wild. Y'all used to, but it wasn't like.
Max B got 75 years in jail.
Bro,
What are you
my
talking
man is
about?
locked up.
No, I'm talking about blatant.
Do you know anybody in your life that got 75 years in jail?
No.
Exactly.
Fearful of his life is a stretch. I'm not fearful of his life. He's been trolling like this. He's been supporting and talking about violence forever. So if that's what he wants, that's what he wants. But I don't. He's been walking around Chicago asking people to meet up with him, link up with him, and doing all that shit. So this is what he wants. This is what he wants. I don't know what.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't care.
Detailed analysis from Miss Beam.
And I was just telling them what was gonna happen.
You nailed it. You nailed it, Joe.
I was telling them, like, unfortunately, I was right. I prayed for him last night because I actually really like the kid. When you get to know him, he's actually a cool kid. And, unfortunately, he got a serious situation on his hands, man, and I try to warn him.
But also, too, it doesn't just affect the person that's going to jail. It affects the family around them,
Yeah, and it's kind of really hard to speak up or somebody really speak up and say too much for him because he was performing and acting out a certain way, you know what I'm saying? Me, when I got locked up and went to prison, I actually was doing what I needed to do. I'm going to work every day. I ain't got no trouble going on. And I got locked up for willing a motorcycle, you know what I'm saying?
With this one, you don't even know what you're fighting for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I love 6ix9ine. Shout to the whole vibe, to his whole family. You know what I'm saying? Keep your head up. But they're always what Fat Joe was telling them.
Fat Joe gave him the most sound advice.
Fat Joe's telling me. That's why I love Fat Joe. Fat Joe. OG. Triple OG.
I mean, I don't know, the way you describe him, like, this nigga sound like Lois Lane. Like, he be kidnapped, he robbed, and somehow he's still alive. Like, someone's always there to save him. Like, it sounds nuts. Like,
Yo, don't you hate Jinx and Scotty? Honestly.
Like, it's crazy. Like,
he says niggas like Lois Lane.
Yo, like, he's always in distress, and somehow he gets saved.
At least look like you care.
You said they were going to try to Fat Joe him. What were your exact words,
I know they're
man?
going to do it. They did it.
Yeah. Have you stayed in contact with him? Has there been any contact with you guys?
I was in Dubai with him maybe 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So he was out in Dubai. He had some shows. I had some shows. We actually had breakfast every day. We stood in the same hotel, so we was talking and all that.
Being like a little ignorant. We all in the music industry, we all a little ignorant, and we all need to be humble sometimes. But you know, you got to always stay in a space where you can have some type of backup and people to speak up for you, because it's a sad situation when somebody got to lose their freedom and their family can't really
everyone
connect.
gets affected, you know.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
And you think to yourself, nah, it's cool. Yeah, I mean, I could do whatever, but you don't really think about the people that it'll affect behind you.
What do you think you took away from Fat Joe's message that 6ix9ine obviously didn't take away? Because obviously you was able to transition in time or make a pivot at least.
Man, look, I don't blame 6ix9ine, because you know, once you start getting the bag, it's hard for you when you just came from like you can't afford to even like support your family and this and that. Then you start getting the bag, then it's just like everybody's coming at you.
And he had a feeling that something, and it was so, you know, I don't like to be I told you so or beat you on the head, but he was like, yo, I think I'm catching this case, I think. And he was telling me everything I told him on the interview, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
And it's another message to like all the other younger rappers that's coming up too. Like, watch who you surround yourself around too coming up. It ain't having 50 people around you that means that, and two
That's
people
true,
got
though.
a job, it
Yes.
means nothing. It could get you in a lot of trouble that everybody don't make it out. Not saying he ain't gonna make it out of his situation, but you know, it get you in a lot of trouble that
Yeah, dog.
it's hard to make it out.
They don't know, like, when you like when you make it to this level, knowing how to make music become 20%.
That is true.
Knowing how to survive and knowing how to know what you're going after, it's just like
That's where longevity comes into play.
How to move.
You know what I'm saying? We used to go from trying to drop a mixtape every week. Now, how long can I stay without dropping something?
Facts.
Wow.
Is the real success.
All the youth, it should be a neon sign. All the upcoming rappers and entertainers, you see what's going on. Be careful. Take care of your family, B.
Do you think his career is over, man?
No. I don't believe his career is over. I don't believe Bobby Shmurda's career is over.